What if I told you your defeat is merely a puzzle that I will solve? Cut off one head of the Hydra, and two more shall take its place. First, we encircle you. Then I deliver the killing blow. A harrowing is coming.
The Alpha Legion are the sneakiest legion. But what about the Raven Guard? I hear you cry through the comments. No, the Alpha Legion are sneakier. Why? Well, because that Raven Guard over there, who snuck up on you, no, he's actually an Alpha Legion in disguise. And also, another surprise, he didn't sneak up on you, he's just distracting you, whilst another Alpha Legionnaire snuck up on you, and you're already dead. Oh no. So that's why, for the first time in the history of lid bashing, I'm making a significant change from the official model. Because the official model of Armillus Dynat doesn't have a helmet. And not in a Fulgrim Eidolon Lucius kind of look how beautiful I am, that's worth sacrificing my safety type of not having a helmet. No Alpha Legionnaire wants to be named or recognized. You look out at a legion of Alpha Legion, and any one of them might be Armillus Dynat. Heck, any one of them might be Altharius. At least two of them probably are. So an Alpha Legionary without a helmet is like a Custodes without a uterus. Who really cares? So, now that I've lawed my way out of having to sculpt another terrifying face, let's start with the bits and the pose. Important bits: a commander model, as is often the case in these lit bashes. An auxiliary commander model, but just for his sword, this cutlassy looking thing here. A Terminator's hammer. And, stay with me here, a couple of Lehman Russ autocannons. Why? Because of this thing called readability. I've gone on about it before. At this scale, an autocannon is as good as an aerial. Yes, that sounds silly, but it's still true. So, in a procedure filled with much less accidental bloodshed than usual, don't worry, the Mechanicum Kitbashes coming up have plenty to make up for it. After you've got the bits, it's just a weird game of pin the tail on the Alpha Legion, which would probably be easier if I wasn't blindfolded. Oh well. Whilst I'm performing the aforementioned pin the what's it on the what's it, I just thought I'd like to go through my current Patreons and say thank you to all of you who are currently supporting me. The most recent purchase I've made with all your support is this very here lapel microphone that I'm speaking through right now, which hopefully has slightly better sound quality than shouting across the room to my phone. If not, then I guess I'll use next month's to buy another better microphone and continue the experimentation with this YouTubing thing called YouTube. So I'd like to say thank you in no particular order, the order being the CSV that I've just downloaded from Patreon, to Edvin, Warsmith Wolf, Sven, Guardsman Miku, Bradley, Wohammer, Spencer, Jason, Daryl, Bumpkin Bob, Corn Titanicus, Phoenix of Metal, Scott, Cyberfossil, and Norseman. You're all wonderful, wonderful human beings, and I'm sure incredibly sexy. And I know that for a fact. And without you, I couldn't be doing this silly little thing that I do. So thank you all so much. And in fact, this here very project is going to one of my Patreons. Armillus Dynat, when he's finished, is being sent to Bradley, where he is all the way over in America, which is very exciting. So, yeah, enjoy this. And if you've got an idea that you want to recommend in the comments, please do, because I do eventually get round to every single suggestion, no matter how silly they may sound. And if you want to suggest something and then get it sent to you for the cost of your membership, then please come and support me on Patreon, throw a suggestion down, and I'll do my best. It may take me a while to get around to you. No promises it's going to be tomorrow. But I get around to you all eventually. So thank you very much, Bradley, for this suggestion, and I hope you enjoy your little Armillus when he gets to you. And with that, back to the video. Stick the commander on the base and change your mind about 8 or 9 times about what position you think the hammer should be in before going screw it and just sticking it down anyway. Don't worry, you can change the position a couple more times before we're done painting. Regarding those autocannon bits, here's where one of them makes a really nice aerial, and another one makes a really, really nice hammer handle. And if you don't think a hammer handle and an aerial should be the same size, then write it in the comments, and I'm sure I won't ignore you. For the base, build up some cork bark and sand texture and texture paint, and mix together to create a nice smooth gradient between the two. Onto the painting, I took the opportunity to use the new, definitely not Alpha Legion because that's Games Workshop IP, Omega paint. But before that, we will use some Games Workshop paints. Let's use some Lead Belcher, and then a lighter dry brush of Runefang Steel. Followed by the Omega. This is from Duncan's Two Thin Coats range, and it seems to be working quite well. The capes need a gradient of your favourite greys. I've used Dawnstone, and built up with whites and darkened with blacks. And then you can use Gehenna's Gold on the goldy bits. Finally, Mephiston Red on the eye dots. Base, however you want to base your miniatures, and voila! And there we have a lovely Armillus Dynat. I must say, it's very nice to be painting and lid bashing again. It's been so cold and humid over here that I've barely been able to base coat anything. But I've got a few things now. I did a spate of base coating. Spate coating, if you will, but don't. All that's left to say is thanks again to my patrons on screen, and all of you out there, peace and love, and keep on lid bashing.